What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we have something fun to talk about. So what I really want to be talking about, and it's going to be talking about the market as always, but we have cards going up, things that might be some good for the future, and just stuff to probably just flip. So without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. Now, again, use the link down below. It gets you for TCG Market News. This will help you guys figure out cards at a better rate to see when to pick them up, snag them up. Because again, you can just look at this, set up watch lists, personal ones where you can go like, hey, this is what I'm looking at. These are the cards I have investments in, see where they're going, see if your portfolio is going up kind of situation. It's kind of cool to see that it can watch even multiple different card games. Again, because not everybody is just playing, you know, Digimon. There are Celestials, Lorcana, Flesh and Blood, One Piece, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, all stuff that a lot of players enjoy to have. And it is being constantly updated with TCG Market News. They are doing a great job on it. But, you know, it's so simple to get a single card you want to click on. Like even just the Chimera alternate art. If you use that link down below and just bookmark it, then you can always just click into it and boom, you'll be ready to pick up cards that you want. And as you can see right now, Chimera alts just jumped up to $28 to $30. Wow, how long have they been sitting at this? Wow, I missed this, but apparently Chimeramon's on the up climb. Was not expecting that. So let's see if we can just snag for Chimera on, you know, Card Market. I know that we have Card Market here because I definitely like to give everybody a shot to kind of just see where their money is going. Chimera. Excuse me. Chimeramon. Excuse me. I told you to type. Chimera. Jeez Louise. Rah! No! Stop. Stop. Let's see if I can just refresh. Holy cow. Dang. Chimera. Let's see where Chimera alts are on in Europe market. They're still in the $15 to $18 range. That's not bad, but they're starting to tick up. So people are probably testing out something with Chimeramon that we didn't know was happening. Anybody got some spice with Chimera that I'm missing out? Is it just because of Ghosty Boy? Now Marcus across time BT12 has gone up as well. If you have this in your bulk, it might be a good time to start flipping it for $2 a pop. I think it's not bad. Then you have Europe side, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. Then you have Starmon foils from Digimon Liberators X07. We're at 22s to 25s. If you guys have this, it might be a good time to actually offload this because why not? From being a $5 card, maybe list this in the $17 range. I get that they're Nature Spirits support. Did Nature Spirits get some bump that really makes the deck a lot better or something? I don't understand why this is moving up. Or was there a top that I missed? You know, you have 10 euros, 12 euros. Now, Examon Aces have gone up as well. We are looking at $3 a pop. So it might be a good time to offload your extra copies because we know that you've been sitting on this 85-cent card for a bit. So good time to make some decent profit off Examon Ace. You know, 50 cents, 84 cents, €1. This is pretty decent. Ancient Greymon Secret Crisis BT17. We're at $3.78 to $4. Wow. Again, card has started to tank, and that's just because people are not going to be playing, let's say, the bird vaccine version anytime soon. I think regular red hybrid Ancient Greymon is still competitively viable, even if you lost out on One Piece. I think the full line is still accessible. You're just digging a little bit differently. Now your Europe side looking like 5 to 6 euros. Now we have Mirage Gomamon is down to $3 under threes. This is just commonplace for the course. €2.50 to €3. Again, this is people are going to offload their cards as soon as possible once things tank because they're going to try to get every cent back. Because Kazuhamon, Kazuhamon, alternate being booster EX04. This card for the Shoutmon and Calumon loop deck, already under $4. Remember this thing being like 12s? Yeah, this is what happens when restrictions come in play. €4 to €5. Wouldn't be surprised if it touches $1. Now, Rika release special booster 2.5 is 31 cents. These are the stamp cards. I know there's the box topper, the stamp, and then the regular. So this is the mid grade, but people are kind of selling them off. So good to see it actually falling from that $2.70. Now, Europe side looking like for the release stamp on the Europe side is sitting at 80 cents to €1. Now, Chaosmon being Observer BT16 has been seeing some decent up climb lately, and we're sitting at close to $5 a pop. We're actually there. So again, this is for the Excel deck, and players are enjoying the Chaosmon engine on top. So I think that has a lot of potential going forwards on how the deck plays, and I think only time will tell once it gets another wave of support, even if it's just a promo that does something crazy. Now, rude. Europe side looking like 50 cents, €1. Now, Metal Impulse X Record pre-release stamp card is $1.74 to $2. Now, this is just strictly as a one of in the purple Dexteruga deck. I think it's a very great removal card, and being able to fuel your trash, especially with Death X and stuff like that, you want to get out, might be an option. €1 to €2. Now we have Gomamon actually going down even more. I don't expect this to pop off anytime soon, so if you guys want to get your pieces, I think this is cheap enough to pick up just to have. You never know when this card actually might become into the meta again, because again, it's a great start of main effect, being able to trash one Digivolution of one of your opponent's Digimon, and this Digimon can't be blocked for the turn. I know we get a lot of effects that change up in the up higher that you can't redirect and stuff, but sometimes it's good just to have a card in blue that just does this, right? And it gets a body plate out. €2.50 to €3. Calumon release special booster 2.5. This thing's under 12 cents, 15 cents. We've had history with Calumon before, and when Calumon is this dirt cheap, you kind of just pick up a couple dozen playsets just so that when the deck that it wants to pop into goes off, all of a sudden this card just skyrockets into like a 12. I think the last Calumon, Calumon. We take a look at Calumon from EX02. I think it actually hit like $2 one time but it was a long time ago if I remember correctly. But we had Calumon jump for when we had the hybrid format, the green hybrid. I know the alt got expensive, like $24 at that time, and I think it's just something to think about, just in case this Calumon finds a home in a competitive deck that really does extremely well. All it takes is a first place run with the Calumon in it, and boom, it's gonna explode. Europe side looking like 2 cents, 10 cents. Now, Agumon X EX8 limited foils are at $7 to $8 range, which is not terrible. Could be a lot more expensive, but this will be always used for the Tyrannomon. I think there's no way you're not going to be using it. Europe side looking like €4 to €5. Close is sitting under $1. That's just commonplace for close. Europe side looking like 60 cents to 90 cents. LordKnightmon X alts release special boosters are at $18. No surprise, the deck hasn't been doing anything, but this is something you do actually pick up now, in my opinion, just in case the new LordKnightmon stuff in BT22 will trigger a buyout of this thing. Europe side looking like 17 to 19 euros. Greymon Secret Crisis BT17s looking at $30 a pop. I mean, we've had a good dip so far, and people started buying the dip. That's what happened. So just wait for it to hit 27 again and just keep buying it when you can. Europe side looking like 19, 22 euros. Chaos Calumon alts, alternative beings are starting to climb up, guys. Someone's picking these up. Is this because of BT21? Maybe because, again, we get a new Digimon, and some players are a big fan of Chaos Calumon, to be honest with you. Now, looking at the Europe side, looking like 3 to 5 euros. LordKnightmon release special booster 2.0 celebration. This is sitting at 10s and almost bought out of the market. This does happen from time to time, and hopefully you guys are picking these up just in case we have some sort of Cyber Sleuth LordKnightmon deck that is going to be purple black. So just keep this in mind. 4 to 1 euro. Paroxymon Resurgent Booster, just the regular non-alt, you know, from $5 to almost being a $20 card is kind of crazy. This is what happens when a reprint that is basically was garbage to get yourself hands on a card hasn't come into the play. Europe side looking like 8 to 9 euros. Mega Digi Assembly, Mega Digimon Assembly, Infernal Extension EX06, up to $2 card. If you guys have this sitting around in your bulk, might be a good time to actually flip this card. Europe side looking like 3 to 4 euros. Digimon Being Observer BT16, we're at $13, dipping down a little bit. Kind of good to see Dino B actually going down, which means the deck can stress a little less on the pocket. Europe side looking like 6 to 7 euros. Now, Examon Dragonic Roar, this was a card that hopefully you guys got your hands on months and months ago when they were 10s, when I was telling you guys to make sure you get your copies. Because now look at this thing. This thing's like a $40 card. Can we see what the alt's looking like? 35? Wow, guys. If you guys have this, make your money, to be honest with you. If you don't have Examon interest, this is time to flip and make money. 20 to 28 euros. Let's see, Europe side looking like 25 to 30 euros. X antibodies are up back at the $8 mark. They dipped down to 6s, but again, this card is an uncommon that is long time, just a very expensive uncommon. If you guys have this sitting in your bulk, most likely not, because this thing has had value long term. But if you had a lot of BT9 bulk, this is a good thing to pick through. 8 to 10 euros. Analog Youth Classic Collection EX01 looking like 13s. Luckily, we're getting some alts that might help alleviate the stress on Analog Youths. Europe side looking like 5 to 8 euros. Necromon release special booster 2.5 is $4. Not bad. I expect this to keep possibly going up as we get more ghost support. Europe side looking like 2 to 3 euros. Talmon Ace alts are at 20 bucks a pop. No surprise there. Again, deck is still good. Europe side looking like 12 to 14 to 15 euros. Now let's take a look at Chimeramon, because Chimeramon is up to $70 a pop. I know a lot of players want to play Red, Purple, and Pyramidmon, but they are kept because of this promo. But looking at it, 40 to 60 euros. Let's see where it's kind of landing for Europe side for them getting the event pack. They do have it. It's at 37 euros a pop. That's not bad. That's a lot cheaper than us right now, but give it time, Chimeramon will go down. Your Chimeramon promo, $43 to $54, 40 to 50 euros. God, the Chimeramon needs a reprint. It's not needed, but it's just good to have. Imperialmon Fighter Mode. Oh my God, 25s. Has it gone up a little bit? No, it's just been hovering. There was some listings at 19, but someone snagged that up. So just watch it carefully. If you see it for under 20, snag it as soon as possible. Your side looking like 18 to 19 to 20 euros. Now we do have Shoutmon EX6. We're at 13s to 14s. Now again, we have 7 to 10 euros here. Dracmon promo 092. They're $13 and climbing. No surprise, the Dracmon X, literally you want to have the promo. It's kind of funny that all it took was a Dracmon X. Europe side looking like 8 to 10 euros. Now Venmon Dimensional Phase BT11 are climbing. We're almost at $2. Guys, this is something you shift through your bulk for. Europe side looking like 10 cents to 31 cents. Pyramidmon Chain of Liberations are at $5 a pop. Sixes. This is a card you just make sure you get your copies just in case the deck pops off in the future. It is pretty close to tier 1. So right now it's a tier 2 deck, but I think the deck is going to do more crazy shenanigans as more support comes. So €3.50. Again, I think it just needs another level 6 that kind of is like Pyramid in a way to kind of just help solidify it, because you're just trying to get to Pyramid as soon as possible. And if you can't find Pyramid, you're not winning the game. It's kind of its bigger issue. Now let's take a look. €3 to €4. Now Metal Garurumon is Seed Apocalypse BT15. We are $30 a pop, but we got some under 25s. It comes and goes with this card. There's never always a solidified price with it. 22 to 25. There's always some sort of hype with Metal Guru that's just like, oh, we can build a new deck with it. Nah, it just tanks. We can do X. Nah, it just didn't do well. You know, Cinderellamon, this is a card you probably make sure you get your copies of, because we got confirmation that we're getting Familiars and Shoutmon in BT20. So just make sure you have your cards, because I would hate for you guys to lose out on building a deck because you missed out on this. Your side looking like 10 to 12 euros. Terumimon Ace Infernal Accession EX06, we're at $35 a pop. I gotta say, they need to reprint this card sooner than later. Europe side looking like 20 to 23 to 24 euros. Chimeramon, just even for the regulars, are spiking up. Anybody got some answers for this card? Kind of crazy to me. Europe side looking like 3 to 4 euros. Now, Hagurumon from Seed Apocalypse BT15, if you have this in your bulk, dig it out. $2.50 is nothing to scoff at. Europe side looking like 2 cents, 8, 7 cents, 9 cents. RideMon Alts Digital Hazard EX02 up to $40 to $46. Wow, massive jump, guys. If you guys have this, sell it. Europe side 40 to 62 euros. Volgramon Alts are at the $14 a pop. This is just because of ban list hits. So make sure you get your alts now, because I think $14 is really good. Europe side, though, looking like 18 to 20 euros. But all in all, guys, that is the Market Watch. If you guys want, use the affiliate links down below. It helps support the channel, no extra cost. TCG Market News, use that just so you guys can keep constant track. But guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.